Okay, we're now going to look at the idea of coaching into the hope model. So this is something that's not necessarily part of motivational interviewing. I think it really does help us help our people move forward. So the models we've talked about, so Brian, if I'm going to work with you, I'm coaching Brian and how to maybe talk with someone about the hope model. Lots of ways to do this. We'll just go over one. So I'd say, Brian, one thing that I've found that's pretty helpful with the people I work with, my clients, is to help them say, you know what, the goal is we really want to help you get to hope, right? I mean, the opposites of hope aren't great. Despair, futility, hopelessness, so we don't want that. So where does hope come from? So in this model, it comes from confidence. So our job in working together is really to help kind of lift your confidence. Another good question is, where does confidence go? By the way, the opposites of confidence, anxiety, doubt, worry, fear, not great. So where does confidence come from? So I think it comes from developing a credible plan, right? So it's not any plan. It has to be that adjective or modifier of credible is pretty important. But developing a credible plan. And then if we work that plan, so if we can actually put it into play, so work it, then what do you tend to get?
Success.
Yep. And what's fun about success?
I succeed and I do what I set out to do.
Yeah.
Confident.
So success just feels good naturally, and it helps lift our confidence. So in our work together, we're going to try to help you get to hope through confidence. You get to confidence in a couple of areas. One is hopefully you find more success in your life, however you want to define that. And if we develop that credible plan, you work it, then I think we can get there. So where do credible plans come from? On some level, it's just about understanding, right? So what our goal will be is to understand kind of who you are. So who you are, Brian, you know, your, if you will, your strengths and your struggles crossed by your world. All right. So bad handwriting there, but if I'm coaching you this, Brian, what are some of your reactions to this idea and how that might work with your clients?
I think it'll work. You're talking about the person and what's going on with them, but then you're also talking about the environment and what's going on, like you said, in your world. So those two things are really important, because one really depends on the other. You can be the most successful and confident person in the world, but if the world is against you, then you may not have success. You have to consider both of those.
Nice. So even like that, what Brian's doing here, just thinking about the idea of explaining to a client what might be going on, so that, you know, it could help them not feel shame or kind of guilt or something, like if the world really is crashing down on them, but also noticing that they might be able to do something about that. So I like that, Brian. Good job.